I soon found out why. He is such a principled person that eventually word came back to me that Hideo just said, Jeff, I can't have that blood on my hands. He had to move on. And today, Hideo is rebuilding his life and his studio with our support. And like Snake said in MGS, Hideo knows that a strong man doesn't need to read his future, he makes his own. Hideo, tonight it is finally time to give you one of these. You're one of the most deserving men to have one. You've always been there for me, and you have never disappointed me. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our industry icon, Mr. Hideo Kojima.
Last year, I thought I lost everything, but I didn't. I didn't lose anything. Thanks to all of you. I thank you all for your support. I love you, Jeff, and Game Awards. I love games. I love this world. I really love you all from my heart. Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much.
What's up, game players? How are you guys doing? I'd like to welcome you guys to a very, very special Analog Circle presentation this week. This week, man, we had two very big events that went down. The first one being the Video Game Awards 2016. As you guys heard, Hideo Kojima winning his award that he very, very much so deserves. So congratulations to him. But this week is going to be a bit of a different format. We're going to break it up into 3 sections this week. So the first section is going to be the Video Game Awards. The second section is going to be PlayStation Experience. And the third section is going to be the regular Analog Circle podcast, episode number 47. So for you guys that don't want to sit through the whole podcast, I'll make sure that I number these different sections so you guys can jump right to them and don't have to be held at bay. It was so much news that went down, but before we get into it, if you guys want to get in contact with the show, you can always find the show or get in contact at the Analog Circle Podcast at gmail.com. Or if you want to, of course, call the show and leave a voicemail to voice your opinion, you can call the show at 443-261-4607. And if you want to listen to some previously recorded podcasts, feel free to go over to Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, Audio Mac. And I just found out, y'all, that I'm on iHeartRadio. The podcast is actually on iHeartRadio. So please go over there and check it out as well. I'm very proud that the show actually made it there. So yay. It's awesome. But anyway, man, you know, enough of the daggone plugs. Oh, it's so selfish. Oh, I know it's selfish. I'm sorry to put y'all through it every week, but I do. I'm sorry, man. But hey, you know what? Let's get past that. Let's please move past that. And let's get into this stuff that happened this week. We gotta start off, man, with, of course, the Video Game Awards. Now up first, if you guys didn't see it, you know, I'm gonna try to break it down to you the best way I can. Now, up first, in the pre-show, we got a little look at Zelda Breath of the Wild, which actually looks really cool. they showed it, I was like, man, I'm not a big Zelda fan. Yeah, I know it's a gaming sin. I know it's one that's on my hands. I'm sorry, y'all. I just could not get into Zelda. It's not my stick. But looking at this game, I said, wow, this looks kind of nice. This might be something I could get into. But anyway, after they showed Breath of the Wild, up next was the award for Best Mobile and Handheld Game and Best Family Game, which went to the same game, which was Pokemon Go from Niantic. So they won in that category. I think, hey, mobile and handheld, they had it on lock for a very long time. They made, not a long time, it really wasn't. They had it on lock for a couple months, did their thing, made a couple mil, and they left their mark on the industry at that moment for Pokemon Go from Niantic. So congratulations to those guys. Now, up next was a look at, of course, Rocket League, showing off a free new area that will be available on December 7th, and that area is entitled Arc Star Base. Now, next was a fantastic, I mean, this right here, man, this was something I've been looking forward to for a very, very long time. So when this announcement came out, I was blown back. I have a bald head, but it blew my hair back. I'm telling you, man, up next, this announcement, it came from Mr. Randy Pitchford, that Gearbox. Now you guys know Randy Pitchford. He's the guy that's behind Borderlands 1 and 2. Well, that Gearbox company that he works for, he announced that they will be helping to publish indie games. And this is where it got good, guys. The first game they will be publishing is Bulletstorm Full Clip, that is releasing April 7th and is available to pre-order. And you can, and when you, and this is kind of dope. I gotta say, this really got me a little hyped up. Outside of it being Bulletstorm, it already had me there. But they said that if you pre-order the game, you will also be able to play as Duke Nukem instead of the main character. You'll go ahead and switch him out, Duke Nukem. You know, I can't do his voice, but y'all know what I'm saying. So this game, it actually lives. It lives. And the game will actually be, oh man, this game will be PlayStation 4 Pro compatible, and it will play the game in 4K. So Bulletstorm Full Clip is official. April 7th is hitting the waves on the Xbox One, on the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 4 Pro, the Steam machines, or the PCs, whatever you want to call them. It is coming down the pipe. I was so excited. I gotta be honest, I didn't really see a big graphical difference. They said it's supposed to be, I don't know. Either way, I'm pumped up because as you can see, I'm mumbling my words, but you can see I'm really excited because what I'm really hoping, you guys, is that this game will get a sequel. I really give Gearbox a lot of props for taking this on. This seems like a project that they could get behind. So for them to believe in People Can Fly and making them the first game to actually show off this new publishing thing that they'll be doing with these independent developers, I think this is fantastic. So I'm hoping that this will grow Bulletstorm into something bigger, into a game that deserves to be up there with other first-person shooters. Because to me, I say it to this day, it is the best first-person shooter I have ever played, the most original first-person shooter I have ever played. Me, you guys might not agree, but I'm telling you, it was just that good to me. Moving on to the next category. Up next was the best fighting game category, which of course went to Street Fighter V. I mean, I don't know. I guess Killer Instinct could have been some competition for it, but Street Fighter V has always had a bigger name than Killer Instinct, so that did win. Up next was the best VR game, which went to Res Infinite, which is a good game from what I've heard. I can't talk about it personally, but from what I hear from everybody that touches it, oh, they like it, they love it, they feel immersed, and they feel so good when they're doing what they're doing in Res Infinite. Next up was most anticipated game. Now take a guess who got this one. Take a guess. 1, 2, 3, I give you the answer. The game that took this category was Zelda Breath of the Wild. Most anticipated game. How amazing is that? That means that it actually beat out, which I mean, I'm blown away, but Horizon Zero Dawn. It beat it out. I'm amazed, but congratulations to Zelda Breath of the Wild. I just hope that you come out soon when the Wii U drops, because people are waiting on you. Now up next was the start of the main show. Of course. So let's jump right into that. All of that was pre-show stuff. We're into the main meat and potatoes of the show. So the Industry Icon Award, of course you guys heard it at the beginning of the podcast, went to Mr. Hideo Kojima. Now after receiving his award, Kojima gave us a man, wait a minute, I gotta set this up a little better than what I'm doing right now. Now, he received the award. It was a great speech by Jeff. Looked like Jeff was about to cry on the stage. It was very touching, very heartwarming. I said, man, Jeff, I can tell you really love this guy. Kojima told him that he loved him, and then he was getting ready to get off the stage, and then he said, oh, one more thing. And you guys knew what it was before it happened, because I could see it like a third eye. I said, oh, shucks. Oh, no. He's about to do it. He's about to go in. Yes, he showed off more footage of Death Stranding, which showed a man trying to hide, looked like from authorities, and, he was running like, ooh, he looked real nervous, running. But the most interesting part, I mean, and let me say this real quick. They said that this was all real time. This was all in game. They said real time footage. So, I mean, this looks incredible. I mean, blown back. My eyebrows, my beard, everything was blown back because this game looks really, really good. I'm confused as ever. I don't know what the heck is going on in this world. And, I don't know what's happening, but I'm feeling an allure to the game. But I gotta tell you, while the guy was running from the authorities, the most interesting part was this baby that he was holding in like a container. And it was like he turned on this air to give the baby some breath. You could go, and the baby looked like he started moving. No, he did start moving in a little container. And I'm saying to myself, wow, what is going on? I can't understand. This is like way out there. But the thing about it was the baby was in the little, the egg hatch, kind of, compartment thing, right? And, it was some other babies. Now, see, this is where it got weird for me. Now, we know his imagination is, man, it's way out there on Pluto somewhere. I mean, he goes way off kilter, and you're like, man, I can't believe, I can't follow it, but I'm going to do my best. I found myself in that same situation with this game, because the most interesting thing I saw that kept being a reoccurring theme was this, it looked like dolls were floating in black water. And I don't know if it was dolls or if it was like babies that kind of lost their way. And, passed away. I don't know. It looked like I don't know, man. I'm really lost. Maybe somebody can break it down to me. But seeing the baby walk, just floating, I said walking. He was just floating up there. It looked like a baby doll. I don't know. At the end of it, though, at the end of the trailer, when it was showing looks like it's going to be the bad guy, the main soldier who was actually leading his troops out. This guy looks like the guy who played Hannibal, in the TV series, which, oh my gosh, just on a side note, Hannibal, man, that was my show on TV. It was a little hard to watch at times, but very good show, man. It was great. I really enjoyed the plots and the twists and all of that stuff, but the guy looked like him. So we'll have to see what happens with this. I'm real pumped up about it. They said that it was being shown. The footage was shown on the PlayStation 4 Pro in 4K. No less. So I'm really excited. When that one doll had hit up against his foot though, and it had the twitching eye though, oh buddy, I said, I don't know where this is going, but I'm interested. So Kojima, please don't show any more footage, brother. Let's go ahead and let that just sit. Let that just chill out. Let it marinate and permeate in the air, man. And just don't show us anything else until you got some real core footage of the game. That's what I'm hoping. I don't want to see and hear this drip feed of this game until it is at least in playable form. So Kojima, you left us with a high note. Please, no more footage of the game until it's at least remotely closer to being released. Moving on to what was up next was Warframe. Now, Warframe, haven't really got into it, but I'm sure some of you guys are into it out there. It was said that it has a 20 million fan base. 20 million people are playing this game. So they had announced that it'll be getting an update this month to the game. Up next was the award for Best Art Direction, which was won by Inside. I couldn't have been more happy about this result. As I said before, Inside was a fantastic game. The plot was, it was something I'm still trying to figure out. I don't know if I was a bad guy. I don't know if I was a good guy. I have no idea. But the game was great. I would highly recommend that any of you guys out there that are interested or have ever kind of looked at it and said, it looks interesting, I would say buy it. It was great. So that, once again, that won for Best Art Direction. And, it didn't just win that award. It also won Best Independent Game. And for any of you guys that are interested that may have the credentials to do so, Play Dead is hiring, and they have a little something brewing, according to their lead man. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Up next was a world premiere trailer that was Guardians of the Galaxy. It is really true that is the next game that Telltale will be working on. So I'm very pumped up about that. The only Telltale games I have ever played have been, The Wolf Among Us. That was the only Telltale game I played. It was pretty decent. I am going to give Batman a shot once it's fully completed. So I look forward to this Guardians of the Galaxy game. I've never seen the movie. Never was really interested in the movie, but I heard it was a good, solid movie. So maybe one day I'll get around to it. But either way, for you Guardians of the Galaxy fans, this is the next one up on Telltale's doggone schedule. Moving on to what was the category for Best Action Game. Best Action Game went to Doom. Doom got that award. Now, I have Doom. Sadly, I have not played it. I've told you guys this probably too many times now. Still haven't played it. I don't even know if I'm going to get to it before the end of the year. But nonetheless, it was a good enough game to win Best Action Game of 2016. Up next was Games for Impact. Now, oh man, speak about Impact. God dog. It actually went to That Dragon Cancer, where when the gentleman got up on the stage, I'm sorry I don't have his name present. I did not write his name down. I apologize for that. But the speech that this gentleman gave was very, very, very heartfelt. I could feel his sincerity. I could feel his joy, and also, his pain, because of the situation with his son. But it was such a moment in the Game Awards that it was very touching. And I'm not familiar with That Dragon Cancer at all. I believe it's a PC game. But that speech was very heart touching, man. You guys definitely should check it out. And like Jeff said, this is the reason why we have this award show. So very good stuff. But moving on to Fan Choice for their Fan Choice favorite game. This was, of course, actually according to China. The Gaming Awards were being streamed over in China, which is so dope, man. That means it's growing. So they have, of course, I don't think to anybody's surprise, they chose League of Legends as their game. So, I mean, that game has been doing its thing, and it's been doing a great service to the people that play it. So up next was a premiere of a game called Dauntless for the PC that looks like a co-op experience. You guys can check it out for yourself. It looked interesting, but, maybe not for me, though. But up next was the winner for Trending Gamer, which was the category, and that went to Boogie 2988. Now, up next was Cliff Bleszinski, where a trailer was shown off with a new map from his game Lawbreakers. Now, if you guys are interested in Lawbreakers, the beta should be coming in 2017, and you can sign up for the beta at lawbreakers.com. Now, to me, it just looked like Unreal Tournament. And we know that's what, I keep getting his name wrong, Belinsky worked on one of his first games. I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that it looks very, very reminiscent of Unreal Tournament. So if any of you guys have been into that game in the past, then maybe you'll be getting basically a new rendition of the game under a new name, Lawbreakers. Up next was the category for Best RPG, which was won by The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. Oh man, you guys have to excuse me. I'm still somewhat under the weather, but I'm getting better. But yeah, that won Best RPG. Hey, Witcher 3, it was a very, very small category this year, so I guess it was just short picking. So they said we gotta do what we gotta do. But up next was Best Strategy Game, which went to Civilization 6. Next up after that category was the Best Esports Team, which went to Cloud9. After that category, the next category up was Best Music and Sound Design, which went to Doom. Now, after that award was given, they actually had a performance of the live music that was featured in Doom. Now, after the Doom performance had wrapped up, the next category was Best Performance, which actually went to Mr. Nolan North, which I think he gave a very good performance. I really Oh man, I really wanted it to go to Mafia 3 though. I did. I thought Mafia 3 had an incredible performance. Everybody that I heard that did a voiceover, any main character, side character, someone that had some weight in that game, they did an amazing job. The lip syncing was perfectly matched with the words. There were no words that looked like they weren't saying them. The mouth gestures, just everything in Mafia 3, as far as performance went, was top tier, top notch. That's one thing no one can ever take away from that game. It might not have had the best graphics. It might not have had the best gameplay. It might have had a couple of glitches as well. I mean, it had a lot stacked up to it. Bland environments, not a GTA status type of game. But when it came to the performances in the game, goodness gracious, you couldn't get any better than Mafia 3. So I was sorry to see them get knocked out by Uncharted, Nolan North. But hey, it is what it is. But up next was a world premiere of Prey, which will be releasing in spring of 2016 from Arcane Studios. Now this game is going to take place in 2035. Now, I mean, I don't know what's happening. I think they said that they got to do something. Somebody has to die to make things right in this doggone game. So something is going to happen. Somebody's going to have to put their life on the line to put things back into the way that they should be. I don't know. I'm a little interested in Prey, but either way, for you guys that are really looking forward to this, that are just dying to get your hands on it, don't worry. Spring 2016, the game will be released by Arcane Studios, who, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not 100% sure, but are they the studio behind Dishonored 2? I don't know. Somebody let me know, man. I don't know. But next up was Best Esports Player, which went to Marcelo Coldzera David. So, I mean, he got that. Yeah, that was cool. God, man, look, I can't lie, okay? Darn it. I really wish, I understand that these people, they have their place in the industry. Trust me, I get it. Esports is on the rise. It's happening. I just really wish they could make it strictly about the games. I mean, just look, I understand that, these guys are playing the games, they're doing their thing, these Twitch streamers and all are presenting the games as entertainment, but I really just wish they would concentrate on the people that are in the trenches, people that are really doing the daggone programming. People that are doing the animation, people that are doing the sound design. Yeah, that got some shine, but people that are really doing stuff. I don't hear at the daggone, at the Emmys, best, doggone person to do narration over a movie goes to such and such. The award for best narration goes to such and such person off of, YouTube or daggone Twitch. You just don't see this stuff. They keep it strictly about the people that are doing stuff inside of the game itself. So these categories, I don't agree with them. I don't, but it's there right now. He got Best Esports Player. Somebody tell me, am I tripping or not? Should we recognize these different YouTubers and these players and the teams that are doing stuff? Should they be recognized, or should they keep it, like I said, strictly with just the people that are doing the stuff to the games? People that are literally in the industry. They're in the trenches, as it were. Shoot, bump it. Tell me, darn it. Moving on. Best sports/racing game went to Forza Horizon 3, which I thought was awesome. Go Forza. You get 'em, buddy. I love it. Up next was Reggie Fils-Aimé where he showed off some more Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, where to me, like I said before, the game looked, it looked pretty good, and I'm a little more interested in this one, so that's all I can say. But, man, look, listen, man. After you've played The Witcher 3, all right, man, and, you've played that game, Zelda, it's just not, it's not on my high priority list. I'm not in a rush to get it. I'm just, man, look, for people that want it, I want you guys to get it. I want you guys to enjoy it. Shout out to Jeremy. I know he's looking forward to this one, and I hope it comes out sooner than later. But for me, I might check it out. I think I will, but who the heck knows? But after that was shown, where was I at? Up next was the world premiere of the prequel to Shovel Knight, Spectre of Torment. So you guys, we'll be getting a prequel to Shovel Knight for any of you guys that loved that game. Now up next was Mark Cerny to present Best Narrative, which went to, God dang, Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4, you guys know how I feel about Uncharted. I think it's a game worth buying. I think it was an excellent game. Do I think it was the best Uncharted that they made? No. I think Naughty Dog, they only took a misstep because they took their foot off of the gas pedal. Uncharted 2 was just nothing but raw action. You're just moving, you're running, you're doing stuff, but to me, the daggone, the tension levels and the action and the adventure, it kind of took a backseat to some more quieter moments, which I understand why they did it, to build the story, to build that character camaraderie with each other. I understand that was basically what they were doing, but I just wanted action. That's all I wanted. I wanted to go chitty, chitty, bang, bang. That's all I wanted to do in the game, but it was just too many quiet moments. Anyway, that's just me talking about it. Moving on. Up next was Dan IU from 343 Studios. Yes, his last name is IU. From 343 Studios, who took to the stage to announce that if you buy the digital Halo Wars 2 Ultimate Edition, you will be able to have early access to Halo Wars 1 remastered on Xbox One and PC by on December 20th. He said that's when they'll start rolling that out. So if you guys are just too excited, can't wait for Halo Wars 2 to release, then just be on the lookout and get the more expensive version, because it's a little higher. I'm sure it will be, and you'll be able to get the remastered version of the first Halo Wars. Now, up next was Tim Miller to present Best Game Direction, which went to Overwatch. I'm like, man, get the heck out of here. Overwatch? Are you kidding me? Now, that got me upset. Some of you guys out there that have played Overwatch, I haven't played it. I've seen it, and I'm like, I don't get it. This game just does not look like my kind of game. Now, that's me personally. A lot of other people out there absolutely love this game. But I'm like, oh, come on, man. Overwatch, it's a online only game. It has no real story from what I understand. No campaign. Just strictly online experience playing against other players. But yet it got Best Game Direction. Somebody explain to me, did it deserve that award that plays Overwatch? Let me know, because I disagree. Then again, maybe I can't disagree because I haven't played the game, so I'll try to keep a neutral stance, but I just still disagree. Moving on, it also went on to win Best Multiplayer and Best Esports Game. Oh, man. Excuse me, I just coughed. Oh my goodness, you gotta be, there's multiplayer game. Well, hey, I'm sure it deserves that because people do play this game a lot, multiplayer, and they get it in and they love it. But good grief, man. This game must be crack. It must be really crack cocaine because people do seem to get really addicted to it. So, I don't know. But listen, if you want to enter the contest to win, because this was up next after I won those awards. If you want to enter the contest to win an AMD Radeon PC replica Mark V tank from Battlefield 1 by PC modder Mr. Bill Owens, you can go to www.thegameawards.com by December 14th. Now, you got to make sure. Now, this was cool. Just make sure that you get there by December 14th to enter and try to get in to win. But, this daggone tank, when Jeff showed that joint, I was like, wow. This looks amazing because it looks like a regular replica tank, but inside it's a PC. I was like, whoa. So if any of you guys don't want that Radeon, that AMD Radeon PC, go over there, check it out, try to win, and I wish you the best of luck. Now, up next was the award for Best Action/Adventure Game, which went to Dishonored. Dishonored 2. They won. I disagree. I thought it should have been, I believe Gears was in this category. I thought it should have been Gears 4. God dog it. But once again, I didn't play Dishonored 2, so maybe I cannot talk about it. But God dog, Gears 4 was such a great game, man. I just don't know why it couldn't have won some award. But anyway, up next was a world premiere. And the first, let me see. It was a world premiere of, man, I'm blanking like I don't know what. The Walking Dead. And, the interesting thing about this is the first episode will be entitled The Tides That Bind, but it will be the first episode, but it'll be broken up into 2 parts that will come out on December 20th. So I kind of butchered that. Let me run that back. Up next was the world premiere of The Walking Dead Season 3. And the first episode will be entitled The Tides That Bind, which will be broken up into 2 parts because they said that episode was just that long. They couldn't condense it into one, but they had to do a part 1 and a part 2. So for any of you guys that are interested, it will be out on December 20th. Now, next up was the GM, Aaron Flint from BioWare, who came to the stage where he showed off Mass Effect Andromeda, which truly, let me tell you, it truly looks fantastic. It looks really good. I was like, wow, this might be on the one. This looks really good. Some parts, the interesting thing about that game that I've seen so far is some parts of the game look better than others. Some parts of the game look a little bland, where other parts of the game actually have some pop to them and have some rich colors and, really just looks good. The background and, it just kind of has some kind of good little look about it. Oh, man, it looks good. It looks like the Mako is back, hopefully with, a little better controls at the helm a little bit, but that's back. It looks great. I'm really looking forward to it. I think this is going to be a really good one, folks. Really, really excited about it. But up next was, of course, and this was the last thing, the game of the year. Oh, man. I was disappointed. Oh, I was disappointed by this winner. Once again, I haven't played the game, so maybe it is. I can't really speak on it, but Overwatch won Game of the year. I thought that Uncharted, as much as I give it flack for not being the best in the franchise's history, I mean, Uncharted 4 was still a darn good game. I would have thought it would have been better than a multiplayer only game like Overwatch that just looks, it just has a bland look to me. It just looks bland. I gotta be honest. I'm only speaking from my perspective, and I'm not knocking anyone who likes the game, who enjoys it, who loves it, who's not worried about the graphical palette of the game. But to me, it looks like the same run-of-the-mill kind of first-person shooter, and that wins over Uncharted 4? Wow! Where do we live? Are you serious? Anyway, that was the Game Awards in a nutshell. Tell me if you guys agree or disagree with the winners, and which winners would you have liked seen come out on top. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be back with the second part of the podcast, which was a humdinger, I might add, the PlayStation Experience 2016. So stay tuned, y'all.
Please welcome to the stage Sean Layden.
So how many knew that was Uncharted when it started? That's not a bad way to start today. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming at the ungodly hour of 10 a.m. We're delighted to have you here, and we've got a fantastic 2 days ahead of us. We want to welcome all of you to the third annual PlayStation Experience. I'm thinking we should just do this every year, right? One interesting fact about today, the 3rd of December, this is the PlayStation birthday. And 22 years ago, on the 3rd of December, 1994, the first PlayStation was sold in Japan.
And welcome back, game players. Welcome back. As you heard already, we are into the PlayStation Experience 2016. First off, let me give a shout out to PlayStation. Happy birthday. Happy 22nd birthday to the PlayStation brand. My goodness, 1994, December 3rd, the PlayStation officially hit store shelves. Not here, of course, in the States, but over in Japan. So that would have meant, God, dog, I was 15 years old when that happened? My gosh. Wow, that seems like a lifetime ago, but happy birthday to the brand. This is awesome, man. So let's stop talking about that. Let's get into the meat of what happened. PlayStation Experience 2016. Now, up first at PSX was the DLC for Uncharted 4 that's entitled The Lost Legacy. Wait a minute. I gotta pause right there. Did y'all see this trailer of this game? Oh my gosh. If you have not seen this trailer, look, get off of here right now. You need to cut me off and go look at that trailer and then come back. That was an amazing looking trailer. Once again, they said that was all in game. That was all real time footage. That's what was happening. The reveal The reveal, Nadine. What the world? Nadine is in this one along with Chloe. Chloe, actually, let me reverse that. Chloe was the one that came out of the doggone, out of the garb, and you could see her face, and Nadine was there. I said, what in the heck is going on? When I first saw the game, when I first saw it, I said, I don't know. Is this Assassin's Creed? Is this Prince of Persia? What is this game? I couldn't figure it out. I was lost until the very last minute when she pulled up, because I didn't even know that was Nadine from Uncharted. I didn't even know she had a different hairstyle. Hair was in like a ponytail or something. I was like, oh snap. At first, y'all know what I thought it was. We're going to save that for last though, but I thought it was that game. Some of you guys might know what I'm talking about, but I'm like, nah, they can't do that one first. That's too big, but this game looks awesome. It looks so good. This is gonna actually be released next year. Just an amazing looking game. Wow. Just please check out the trailer. Any Uncharted fans out there that are interested in this game, or in the, not even just this game, but in the franchise itself, I think we're in some really good hands with this one. I mean, I'm really excited as to what adventures these two are going to get into. They were saying that it was a panel that was going on, and these two ladies, they're actually trying to infiltrate a building or a city or something like that. That's where the adventure is gonna start. So from there, we'll see what kind of crazy doggone things they get themselves into. But I really feel as though that this was the best DLC ever, because the way Uncharted ends, Uncharted 4, for you people that have beat it, no spoilers here. But for you people that did beat it, you know that things are just, let's just say things are somewhat different right now. Let's just say people are in different stages of their life. So I think this was the absolute best thing they could have done. Bringing back a character that we all loved, all enjoyed, haven't seen since 3. Man, I'm so stoked and pumped up about this. Once again, the name of this is called The Lost Legacy. So please, if you haven't, I implore you, I beg you, please go look at this trailer. Now up next, my friends. Oh buddy. Oh man. Oh goodness, I'm about to shed a tear right now. Up next, it is official. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite will be coming to us in 2017. It is official. It is not called Marvel vs. Capcom 4. It is just called Infinite, which to me could mean the storyline of the Infinity Stones. What's his name? Thanos? He had the glove. I haven't followed comics in so many years, so I'm not really up to snuff on my comic knowledge, but I remember those daggone stones, man. Those Infinity Stones, the Infinity Gauntlet. You guys know about this. Whoever read comics back in the 90s grew up with them. So I'm very interested. We know that unfortunately no mutants will be in the game. So any of you Berserker Barrage players out there, Wolverine won't be in the game, Cyclops won't be in the game, Magneto won't be in the game. It's sad. It's something to do with Fox and some other licensing situation that's going on over there. So the mutants won't be there, but in this trailer they showed it was Ken and Mega Man, and it was Iron Man, and I believe Marvel, I think was her name, I believe. But God dog, the game looks so good, man. It looks so darn good. I was so excited about this, so pumped up, so glad that Capcom is doing this. And I want to let you guys know this, just in case you guys were wondering and you might not know. I'm just going to say that it's available for everything. everything. It's coming out on the PC and it's coming out on the Xbox One as well as the PlayStation 4. Now, with that bit of great news, I don't think that's a bit of great news. That's some really good news, big news. An unfortunate god doggone thing happened though. Now, this is the thing. If you want to relive some good memories, man, I mean like myself, and you have a PlayStation 4, you can download Marvel vs. Capcom 3 right now. It is available for your PlayStation 4, but the downside to this thing is the doggone Xbox One will not be getting this. It will not be backwards compatible because it is exclusive to the PlayStation 4. Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is exclusive on the PlayStation 4. So backwards compatibility for me is out of the daggone window. I was hurt. I was sad, and it's nothing I could do about it. I was just very, very crushed a little bit because I don't want to buy a game that I already have again on a platform. I'm sure, I believe they said it's going to be some enhancements on the game. It's going to look better. I think it's 1080p. It's going to be on the PlayStation 4. But I just can't make myself pull that trigger. Pow! I can't pull it. I can't. I'm shooting blanks because I just cannot spend the money. But for you guys that haven't played Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and you might want to jump in, you might be interested, download it on the PlayStation 4. It's well worth it, but just to put some clarity to this, Xbox One owners, we will not be getting this title. God dog, that's a big win for Sony, and my hat goes off to them. Dang. But moving on, and another older game is making a resurgence. We know Marvel vs. Capcom, that was 2000? I'm not even going to incriminate myself. It was 2000 something. It was years ago. But a game coming back from an old school era is, of course, Wipeout Fury. Some of you guys might remember the one good, man, I'm going to tell you one thing about Wipeout that stood out to me on the original PlayStation. You could actually put in a music disc into your PlayStation 1 while you were playing Wipeout, and when you went through a tunnel, the doggone music actually echoed when you went through a tunnel. My mind was completely blown away. I said, wait a minute, dude, hold on. I was in a Funko land and the guy was showing off the PlayStation. He's like, yeah, I got one. You want to see? I said, sure. Let me see what you got here. Let me see. He showed me. He said, yeah, this is my personal one. I put it up here to let people see what I do here. This is serious. This is serious to me. I said, okay, brother, don't bite my head off. Okay, I just want to see the game. That's all. You think you can handle it is what he said. You think you can handle this. I said, man, give me that god doggone controller, man. Went on, took the controller. And as I was playing, I was like, dag, man, this is some real music playing in the background. This is pretty daggone awesome. He said, oh, yeah, this is my music CD. And watch what happened when you go through the tunnel. And it just started echoing. It was awesome. Anyway, daggone, I think I wasted enough of y'all time with that. 2017 in the summer, Wipeout Fury will be available. Next, they showed Sparrow Racing. Sparrow Racing is back. You guys that are familiar with Destiny, it is back, ladies and gentlemen, with new tracks, new weapons, new gifts, and more. Now, of course, this is Destiny. I'll say it again, but the name of this is called The Dawning and will run from December 13th to January 3rd exclusively on Rise of Iron. Next, Shelby Cox took the stage to show off Crash Bandicoot which looked so daggone cool. They were showing the befores where Crash looked like when he first came out the woodwork, real pixelated, real rough around the edges, brother. Then they showed the remake. Oh my goodness, I was blown away. Doors flew off of my car. I said, you gotta be kidding me. This game looks really doggone good. They were showing the one where the boulder is like coming at you while Crash is running towards the screen. It looks really good, man. But my question, as pumped up as I was about it, people, I just hope they tightened up the controls a little bit, man. Playing Crash on, spoiler alert, in 3, 2, 1, you might want to fast forward for like 3 seconds. Here we go. Playing Crash on Uncharted 4, it made me realize, whoa, what were we doing back then? It did not age well as far as gameplay goes, but I'm sure that they're going to bring it up to snuff. It's going to be analog stick compatible. It's going to be, really tight, really right, ready to go. But I'm looking forward to this. All 3 games being remade, remastered. I'm so pumped up about this. Sony, hat goes off to y'all. I'm looking forward. I still haven't heard anything about Full Throttle yet from the PC. I was hoping we were going to get a daggone update about it, but nothing at all. So I'm still holding out hope that we will get Full Throttle sometime soon. But moving on, from Crash getting that huge graphical makeover, Call of Duty World League is back and is presented by PlayStation 4 with a $4 million purse. $4 million at stake. They talked, excuse me, guys, they talked about that. And they said that is up for grabs. $4 million. Now, next, Resident Evil was talked about. And if you haven't already done so, if you're interested and you want to check this out, you want to see what the new RE is about, you can download the final demo update and can play it on your PlayStation 4 and your PlayStation 4 Pro. Or, this is interesting, if you are a brave-hearted soul, you can actually play it on your PlayStation VR. And it will be available. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard will be available on January 24th, 2017. I tell you, man, I looked up a video of Resident Evil 7. I looked it up. They have gone in a completely different direction. I mean, it's a first-person mode. It's this crazy dude that's coming after you saying, what are you doing? You're leaving before dinner. He got this kind of twang accent going on. You're trying to run. He hitting you over the head with stuff. I said, man, this is probably petrifying in daggone PlayStation VR. But nonetheless, if you want to brave that battle, young sir or young ma'am out there, then feel free, throw on your VR and see if you can survive. Moving on. Next up, they showed off Ace Combat 7 that will also be VR compatible. I've never really been into Ace Combat too much. I almost got sucked in when I found out that they had an actual controller for Space, I'm about to say Space Ace, that's old school, god dog, for Ace Combat, where you had the throttle, you had the stick and all. I was like, oh, that's hot, but I did not pick it up. So any of you Ace Combat fans out there, it will be VR compatible and it will be coming out very soon. Now, next, they showed off Akuma on Street Fighter V, which you can pre-order the character pass now. Now, that will include 5 completely new characters on top of Akuma. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and jump on that right now. Up next was The Last Guardian, where the footage they showed was really nice. It was really cool. I said that I wasn't going to get this game. I don't know why I'm going to do this, but for some reason, I find myself wanting to play this game. Months and months and months have gone by. I mean, hey, on top of months, years. Let's talk about years have gone by since I've seen this game. And I've been like, nope. It ain't my game. I'm not going to do it. I don't feel like it. But for some reason, man, over the last 2 weeks or so, I've been like, man, I think I just want to give it a shot just to see if it can tickle my fancy. So they showed off The Last Guardian. Looks good. And by the way, it's going to be out this Tuesday. So up next after they showed that, oh, my boy came back. I'm gonna see if y'all remember this line that I'm about to tell y'all. I'm probably going to make a fool of myself, but I'm going to do it. Here we go. Kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find the things I teach you are sure to beat you. Never too late to get a message from teacher. Now kick. You guys might know what that is, man. If not, I'm going to tell you anyway. Parappa the Rapper is being remade along with Loco Roco and Patapon. Man, let me tell you, I had some good times with Parappa the Rapper. That was one of the first rhythm games I played. This way before Guitar Hero, way before Rock Band, way before DJ Hero. By the way, I had all 3 of those. They were good. But this game is being remade and I'm kind of excited. And if you're as excited as I am, quoting doggone Master Onion, I forgot his name for real in the game, but it's a demo, actually, that's available right now that you guys can download of Parappa the Rapper. It was so many cool songs on that daggone game. In the rain, I'm not going to make a fool of myself like this anymore. I'm done. But moving on, next, Mr. Yoshida showed off. Oh, jeez, me Christmas. I got to hold my head, okay? All right? I'm sweating right now. Mr. Yoshida, he showed off Knack 2. I know y'all got to be saying you gotta be joking. That's gotta be a typo. Nah, brother. He came to the stage and showed off Knack 2. Now, it looks like it will be co-op. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. Didn't see this one coming. I mean, it's totally blindsided the heck out of me. People were joking, oh yeah, when that Knack 2 coming out? Oh, brother, it's really gonna happen. So, Knack 2, any of you guys that were happy about Knack 1, and you said, we need a sequel. We have to have a sequel to this game. It was marvelous. Guess what, man? You're gonna get Knack 2. Don't know when it's gonna be coming out, but hey, it is in the works, and what they showed off was not a CG trailer. This was real time, and it's really happening. Moving on. Holy smoke. I can't believe that. Gravity Rush 2 was shown next, and this game will be released on January 20th, 2017, and the DLC will be released in March, where you will be able to play as Raven. Now, I gotta say, I never got into Gravity Rush. They did release it on the Vita as well as the PlayStation 4. It never really appealed to me per se, but I will say I truly love the art design. It looks just like an anime. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I tried it. I actually did try it at Best Buy one day, and the concept, it seemed like down was up. up was, it seemed like it was the opposite. I thought I was running on the sky. I couldn't really figure out what the heck was going on. So I was like, man, this is really weirded out to me. Maybe it just isn't for me. But I'll say that for you guys out there that are very excited, Gravity Rush fans, supporters, this game is coming out January 20th. And be on the lookout for it. And if you guys are familiar with Raven, she seemed to be a big deal. People seem to have known who she was at the PlayStation Experience. So for any of you people that are fans of hers, she will be available in March to actually play as a playable character. That made no sense, but y'all know what I'm saying. Moving on, next, Gran Turismo was shown. God dog. Now, the game will support VR and will release in 2017. I gotta say, man, sheesh. Gran Turismo really looked sensational. I saw it. I said, wow, this looks really good. But the problem I have with Polyphony, man, y'all take forever to come out with y'all games. Now, say what you want to say, because look, we gotta be fair. We see what Polyphony does. It takes them 5 years, 6 years. We see what Playground Games does, or the Forza teams that are on that. They come out year after year. Yeah, I think they got 2 different studios working on them. But they come out very much so polished, especially Horizon 3. What a fantastic looking game. Great looking game. Car models look awesome. So Gran Turismo, look, bruh. I know y'all like to take y'all time, get the details right, get the stitching in the seat correct. But man, y'all got some hot competition on y'all heels. Y'all are really losing your swag out there as being the best racer, because Forza has been continuously catching up to y'all. And actually, some people are saying it is the better racer at this time. So Polyphony, please get on your grizzle and, come out with this game next year, 2017. I'm sure it's going to be a great game. It's no guarantees, though. It was a time where Gran Turismo, you were pretty much guaranteed a great game. But that last one they brought out, what was it, Prologue? Some people wasn't really feeling Prologue like that. Some people said that it was too many cars that were repeats of each other. So Polyphony, please do your thing. I wish them well. I'm sure it's going to be a good game, but we'll see nonetheless next year in 2017. Up next was Ni no Kuni 2. That was shown, and that game is going to release in 2017 as well. Up next, well, wait a minute. I got to talk about Ni no Kuni real quick. Ni no Kuni actually looked like the Tales of series, the Tales of franchise, where it has like that animated, well, not animated, but anime look to it. It looked beautiful. I mean, it looked great. I actually saw Ni no Kuni, the first one. Never played it. Never was interested in playing it. I'm not big on RPGs. I'm going to pick up Final Fantasy 15 because I've been waiting for that for years. Finally, you know what? This is a historic year, actually, man. Look, let's just take a second. The doggone Final Fantasy 15 and The Last Guardian are coming out. Well, of course, Final Fantasy is out, but The Last Guardian, they're both being released, being almost 10 years in development. What an amazing year. I'm excited, pumped up, ready for it. But anyway, getting back to Ni no Kuni 2, the game looks great. Love the art style. It looks cool. Like I told you guys, I saw the first one and it was showing his mom. God dang, it was so darn sad, man. It has such a, well, at least the first one had such a, man, such an amazing way to draw you into the character. It was really, really cool, man. So maybe I'll get into 2. I doubt it, but we'll see. But moving on after that, Yakuza Oh man, here we go, brother. I'm gonna try my best to pronounce this right. But this is Yakuza Kiwami. That will release in the summer of 2017, and Yakuza 6 will be out in early 2018. So that game will be coming stateside. Yakuza 6, that is. I don't even think Yakuza Kiwami was over here, because I believe they were saying that this was off of the make the list or build the list. These two games were requested, so they're bringing them out to their fans, people that are big fans of Yakuza. From what I hear, is somewhat like they say it's kind of like Shenmue a little bit, kind of a cross between Shenmue and GTA. So that sounds really cool. I mean, I've never heard a bad thing about a Yakuza game, not a bad, word or anything about them. So they must be great games. But for you guys that are very much so into them and looking forward to these and are familiar with these titles, they will be coming very soon to the PlayStation 4. Moving on, up next was Danganronpa Killing Harmony version 3, which will be coming in 2017, and this game will be available on the PlayStation 4 as well as the PlayStation Vita. Now, the next trailer shown was Nier Automata, which will release on March 7th, 2017. After that, Ys Origin was shown, and that is coming to the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation Vita on February 21st, 2017. Next up after that, a PlayStation 4 exclusive entitled Dreadnought was shown, and it looks like it's a spaceship battle kind of game where you're actually in space and you're battling with other battleships. That game will be, that's all I can really describe it as, but that game will be out in 2017. Next game that was shown was Pyre, I believe that's the name of it, which has a different art style to it, but no release date was given for that. But next up was a game whose art style somewhat reminded me of Journey, that is entitled Vane. That's another game. It looked very interesting. It looked colorful, had a very nice artsy palette to it. But you guys check it out. It's Vane, spelled V-A-N-E. Just check that out online to get some more footage of it. Now, the next game they showed was Absolver. That is actually online melee action. That'll be coming out in 2017 and coming first to the PlayStation 4 with exclusive content. The next game shown was What Remains of Edith Finch. That's the name of it. The name of the game is What Remains of Edith Finch. Which, it has a kind of eerie feeling to it. Like somebody gonna die. It just doesn't look like it's gonna end well. But yeah, that'll be coming out sometime soon. If you're interested, check it out, see it for yourself. Up next, the next game trailer was shown was a very cool looking game with an overhead view to it entitled Nex Machina, which is spelled N-E-X Machina Death Machine. This game looks so daggone cool. Now, I forgot what you call the Lara Croft games that were actually overhead. They actually have a name where you actually take the right analog stick and you move it around to actually aim at the different enemies on the screen. It's that kind of game. But man, the colors, the pop on the screen, oh my goodness, this game looks so dope, man. Check it out. It's Nex Machina death machine. Please check it out for yourself. Next, they showed a montage of different games. And the one that stood out to me once again, man, people keep forgetting about this game. Don't forget about it. Ninja Theory is behind this game, okay? Please don't forget about it. It's called Hellblade. This game looks so daggone good, man. I mean, I was looking at some of the mocap, some of the gameplay of it. Oh man, just a game that needs to be on everyone's radar. I mean, these guys, they do very, very, very good games. They were behind the PlayStation 3 game Heavenly Sword. They also made DMC, the newer one. They also were behind was it Enslaved? Were they behind Enslaved? I believe so, which was another great game. So be on the lookout for this. I don't need to say the name again. I mean, it's not a bad word. I mean, it's a place, that I don't want to go to. But be on the lookout for Hellblade. It really looks good, man. Now, the next thing shown was Let It Die, and is available for free now. Next game shown was Mark of the Wolves. Another game that was shown was Surgeon Simulator, which will be compatible with your PlayStation VR, and that is available today as well. The next game that they showed was Lara Croft Go, which was announced and will be available on the PlayStation 4 first and the Vita. Looks like Vita's getting a lot of love, y'all. I mean, they said that they're not necessarily making games for it, but I tell you, these third parties, man, they're putting the Vita on and they're, putting it on its back. So shout out to you Vita owners. Don't throw that game joint away just yet. Don't throw the game device away. It's getting a lot of love here. I'm loving this, man. Now, next up was Windjammers, which this game looked pretty, a little cool, man. It looks like a 1-versus-1 frisbee game with a 16-bit style to it, an overhead view where you're taking a frisbee and you're trying to throw it into your opponent's net. So, I mean, you guys check it out. It looked really cool. Windjammers is they actually said this game existed years ago and it was forgotten. So they're bringing it back for a newer generation, but keeping that 16-bit graphic art style. So definitely look it up, you guys that are interested. Up next was Star Blood Arena. Now, that is exclusive to the PlayStation VR, and it's a flying combat game. Next, they showed a montage of different PlayStation VR games as well. VR, it had a presence at this year's PlayStation Experience. They're showing that, hey, they're going to support this thing. They got things coming down the pipe. Just give them a little bit of time. Let them figure it out, and they'll be delivering on the goods, hopefully, next year for you PlayStation VR owners. Let me tell you, if it would just go down to $300, if it went to $250, that would be a no-brainer. But $300 brand new, I would buy this device. I would not hesitate. And some of these games that are coming out, they look really cool, and even in this montage, they even showed off Star Trek. A Star Trek game will be coming to PlayStation VR. I believe it's the same one by Ubisoft where they showed it off at E3. I'm pretty sure that's it. That's the only other Star Trek game I saw in VR. But we'll have to see when that's coming out. Hopefully sometime next year. But up next, Neo will also be a PlayStation 4 PlayStation 4 Pro compatible game. You guys know Neo. Neo is the game that it looks like it's gonna be like a Dark Souls clone. That's what people have been calling it. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be that. But after they show, which actually looks pretty good though. Neo looks really, really good. If it's hard like Dark Souls and all, I'm not doing it. Bloodborne, I'm not doing it. I don't play games to get frustrated. I just don't do it. I don't see the fun in doing that. Sitting there trying to figure it out. Oh man, I died 30 times, man. Forget this. I'm not that guy, man. But for you guys that are interested, Neo will be PlayStation 4 Pro compatible, which is awesome. That was another theme. A lot of their games, they're going to be making PlayStation 4 compatible. Some of them are going to be in 4K native, which is really, really good, which is something, once again, that many people didn't think that the PlayStation 4 Pro would be able to do. It was always thought to just be able to do checkerboarding 4K. So this is really good news. It's not good news, it's great news. Great news to hear that a lot of these games will be getting that treatment. Now, next up, after Nier, they showed MLB The Show 17 that will be available on March 28th, 2017, and it will come with retro mode, which is really cool. You're getting 2 games in one. Now, I believe that's the special edition. Gotta cough up a few more coins for that one. But for you guys to remember, Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball, I believe that's the one that they're including in it. And man, Ken Griffey was a beast. I remember playing his game, I believe it was on the Super Nintendo back in the day, when Ken Griffey was in the league, but they showed him off here. Looks like he's in the game. So any of you guys that love Ken Griffey Jr., be on the lookout for him in MLB 17. Now, ladies and gentlemen, after they showed Horizon Zero Dawn, it's no need to talk about this because the game continues to look incredible. Just give it to us. February can't come here soon enough. After that, bomb dropped all over the place. Last, but certainly not least, Sony announced that it is real. It is true. Yes, people. Yes. The Last of Us 2 is real. Yes, they are working on it right now. You guys have to check this out. Whoa. I know it's a CG trailer. I know it's not real time footage. But man, Ellie looks serious. They said Ellie is going to be 20 years old. She's 20 years old in this game, which means she's grown up a little bit. She has a little more maturity to her. The trailer starts out, you just don't know. But when you see the guitar, it's like, uh-oh. Could it be something? Then you see her hand come out and it's shaking, it's trembling. I mean, she'd been through all kind of stuff. Hard times for a youngster. Then she like balls her fist up and then she does it again and her hand gets steady. Just amazing, man. I am so pumped up for this one. This came out of left field. It was rumors, speculation that it was going to be Ellie's mom at one time. That was one of the stories I was telling you guys, that it would be her mother. I mean, I was wrong about it, but nonetheless, The Last of Us Part 2 will be coming out. We know that this is years off. Earliest I'm expecting anything out of this game is 2019 at the earliest, but it's real. And I like the fact that they said part 2, which is basically saying that it's a continuation of their story, not The Last of Us 2. You know, like, okay, maybe they're moving on to something else. No, I like that little nuance that they put in there. Part 2. You see Joel come up, you know, in the trailer, and oh man, just a moment. So that was what they ended with. Just a really, really solid showing from Sony. I thoroughly enjoyed their show. I thought it was really, really, really great. A great performance by them. A lot of games are coming out in 2017 for you PlayStation 4 owners like myself. It's a lot to look forward to. If you're a PlayStation fan, this is going to be a good year for us. 2017, fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. Lots of good stuff. And just to jump back to The Last of Us 2. They had a panel. Some of you guys might have checked it out. Some of you might not have. But I believe he was the developer. They had the young lady who did the voice of Ellie. They had Troy Baker on stage because, of course, he did the voice of Joel. I hope I said his name right. I believe it was Joel. And they had, I believe he was the creative director on the stage at the PSX. And he said, the creative director, that he understands that these characters are sacred to some game players, and they feel like it's no need to make a sequel to The Last of Us. You know, the way it wrapped up perfectly. It's no need to jump back into this again. But what he said is, I want you guys to trust us. I want y'all to believe in us, and believe me, nobody feels more strongly about these characters than we do. So please stand by us. We're going to do just fine by these characters. We'll guarantee, well, he didn't say we'll guarantee, that's me talking, but he basically was just saying that they will get it right. So just have faith in them and know that it's in good hands. So that really made me feel good that they understand that a lot of people were already saying it's no need to go back to that. If you go back to that, start it with some new characters. Don't go back to Ellie and Joel. Don't go back to them. Just move on to some other characters. So I thought it was cool. I think it's great. A lot of people have been looking for this game, and finally some concrete news that it is officially being worked on. I'm so excited about this. So that wraps up PlayStation Experience, and we will be back for the third and final section of this week's show, which has been pretty daggone lengthy, but stay tuned and we're going to get into the Analog Circle Podcast episode number 47 for the other news that went down. Stay tuned, guys.
I need to go just as bad as you. What I had this morning, I don't even want to say to you. Kick, punch, turn, and chop the door. Kick, punch, turn, and chop the door. Or I will fall to the floor. Or I will fall to the floor. Kick, punch, turn, and chop the door. Kick, punch, turn, chop the door. Or I will fall to the floor. Or I will fall to the floor.
And welcome back, guys, listen, listeners, if you're still here with me, let me tell you, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. If you skipped forward, trust me, I understand and I appreciate it just the same. But we went over the Video Game Awards. We went over PlayStation Experience. Guys, they were two big events. I enjoyed each one of those. But it is still more gaming news. So let's jump right on into the gaming news that went down. Starting out with Microsoft. Now, if you have bought an Xbox One S for the added HDR feature, but are looking for games that support it, these following games are HDR compatible. Starting out with Battlefield 1. The next game is Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. The next game is Final Fantasy 15. Next game is Forza Horizon 3. Gears of War 4, Hitman, NBA 2K17, Pure Chess Ultra, Recore, Resident Evil 7, and last but not least, World of Tanks. All of these games use the HDR feature. So any of you guys that were wondering, what games use it, what games don't, these are all the ones I was able to find at the moment, but I'm sure in 2017 there will be many, many more that take advantage of this really cool feature. Moving on to the next story, the long lost MOBA that I thought was gone, Gigantic, has finally resurfaced and will be getting an open beta for both Windows 10 and Xbox One on December 8th. Now, Gigantic will release under Microsoft Game Preview program in the States as well as Europe. And it will also be cross-platform between Xbox One and PC, which means that console game players and PC game players will be able to link up as one. Speaking of that, it just hit my mental. You guys out there that took advantage, Mastino, if you're listening to this, brother, I need you to tell me if you did or did not partake in this weekend where Gears of War 4 online was available for PC players and console players to go head to head with each other. Did any of you guys get up, get out, and get on Gears of War 4 to play against the quote-unquote master race? I want to know if any of you guys did this and how successful were the console guys against the PC guys. We know that keyboard and mouse is king. I understand y'all can move around a lot faster than we can, but hey, I still say let them go up against each other, pit them against each other. Any of you guys participate in this, let me know. Call the show, leave a voicemail, leave an email. I must know. How did the console guys do against the PC guys in Gears of War 4? Moving on to the next story. Now, game players finally saw the release. Oh my goodness. Like I said earlier in the show, this is a momentous occasional year. Final Fantasy 15 has finally released. And according to various media outlets, it's been getting pretty good game reviews. People have been actually enjoying the game, saying that this could be a return to form for the Final Fantasy name. Now, you guys might be wondering, well, shucks, if it's getting these good reviews, people are digging it, they're feeling it, how good did it actually do when it came to the sales, which really are the most important thing, because if a game doesn't get sales, then we don't get sequels. So how well did the game do? Well, according to a Japanese press release that was translated by Siliconera, Final Fantasy 15 has shipped 5 million copies and has become the fastest selling entry in the series to date. Now, at one time, the director of the game, Hajime Tabata, I think I said his name right, Tabata, said the game would need to sell 10 million copies to be a success, but has since said that 10 million is the studio's goal and isn't necessarily the amount the game would have to sell to make a profit. So let's go over this real quick. Let's just, kind of dissect it. Now, all of us know that the game shipped 5 million doesn't necessarily mean that it sold 5 million. But the thing that stands out to me is they said it has become the fastest selling entry in the series to date, which means to me that this game could definitely meet its goal in record time. And this shows that there is a big interest in Final Fantasy actually switching from the turn-based system to the real time system, the combat system. So we'll have to see how this plays out. And like they said, 10 million is the studio's goal. I'm sure if they sell 10 million, they probably get a bonus. That would come in time for the holidays. Christmas is coming. People's pockets are getting real tight. And I know they want that bread. So hopefully they sell it 10 million. If not, as long as the game is a success and it warrants a sequel or another Final Fantasy that can be of the same caliber, we all know that Final Fantasy VII is coming down the pipe, which I thought we were going to get some more footage at PlayStation Experience, but unfortunately nothing was there. Nothing on Kingdom Hearts was there. So we'll just have to wait and see. But nonetheless, this game, Final Fantasy 15, is off to a great start. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the numbers that it does when it's finally said and done. And I'm excited to see that people are very much so interested in Final Fantasy 15 because, my goodness, it took 10 years doggone there to make. So I'm glad that it's doing well and it's being received. Moving on. Now, if you have been interested in how a film would look in VR, then you're in luck. The studio behind the Assassin's Creed movie will be giving us the opportunity to see a short film using the Oculus Rift and a AMD Radeon graphics card powered by an Alienware computer. Now, the experience will last roughly 10 minutes and will be available now until January 1st, 2017 at VR kiosks in select AMC theaters in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Austin, Texas, and in New York City. Now, in conjunction with the release of the film. Now, if you unfortunately don't live in any of those cities, you will soon be able to download the gratis VR experience for the Samsung Gear VR or check it out on Facebook 360 videos. I believe, this was actually at the Video Game Awards. Now that I think of it, where they were showing this off. So it's definitely real. But if you can't make it to Los Angeles and San Francisco, those guys get everything on the West Coast. Shout out to Mastino, man. They get everything. But, it's cool. It's cool. Hey, you'll be able to download it real soon and be able to get the same experience off of the Samsung VR in the near future. Now, moving on to the next story, a new game has made its way to backwards compatibility via Xbox One, announced by Major Nelson. Now, that game, or I should say those games, are the first one, Injustice, Gods Among Us. Now, this is only available if you have the physical disc. So make sure that if you have the fizzy copy, pop it in, have a good time. Outside of that, the other game that became backwards compatible that I'm not familiar with is called Haunted House. That is back and is backwards compat. So those two games are just adding to the big list. I mean, they're like teetering on 300 games now that are backwards compatible. And let me say something, man. I got a theory about this Injustice, Gods Among Us, becoming backwards compatible. And I think it goes back to Capcom, man. I'm gonna just be honest. Now, we lost Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I can't say we because I don't own the company. I'll just say Xbox One players lost out on getting doggone Marvel vs. Capcom 3 backwards compatible because Sony has the joint exclusive and it was a great move. So I think just to kind of, tend that wound a little bit, it hurt, it stings, they said, look, let's go ahead. Let's try to make this deal happen with Injustice. Hopefully we can get this out on the platform. And I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft tries to sink a deal with the Injustice, franchise to try to make that maybe not exclusive to the platform. I don't think they would do that, but maybe get some DLC before you get on the PlayStation, before you would get it on the PlayStation 4. So we'll see how it goes. We know that Injustice is coming out next year, the sequel that is, and I'm sure it's going to be pretty good. But those are the backwards compatible games. Keep building up the list, Microsoft. Moving on. Now, at this point, Xbox One owners, as well as PC players, have not had the chance to try the demo of Resident Evil Biohazard. Well, that will soon change. Xbox One will get the demo on December 9th, and PC players will get the demo on December 19th. So Xbox players, you guys will be getting the demo this week. And like I said, PC players, the 19th. I haven't really heard much about Resident Evil 7. I've heard that it's taking the series back to its roots, trying to make it more scary and less action-based. But I can't really recall someone saying, like, I had a heart attack when I was playing it. It was so scary and I cringed in fear, but the VR demo is up on the PlayStation side. It's up, and maybe in VR it could be a totally different type of experience. I know what I saw. I was like, God dog, man, this is really tripping me out. This could really be scary, with the lights out and whatnot, playing this game. So nonetheless, I'm really making it longer than what it needs to be. This demo will be available to you guys on the 9th for the Xbox players and the 19th on the PC side. Moving on, Microsoft, I know it's Microsoft news, I know, but a lot of the stuff on the PlayStation side, it was pertaining to the PlayStation experience. So please don't think that I'm being one-sided here, guys. Please don't think that. But Microsoft is kicking off the 12 days of deal sales for Xbox One and Windows 10 owners starting on December 5th. Now, some of these deals will include up to 50% off of select Xbox One games. And if you buy select controllers, you can get a $25 gift card. And you can actually save up to 70% on select Windows 10 tablets. So these are just a few of the deals that you can expect to get. If you guys want to see the full list of the deals that they are giving, then you can visit www.microsoft store.com, where you'll be able to get the full list and choose what you would like to buy and purchase for that loved one or for yourself. Moving on into some more news on the PC side. Now, in PC news, if you haven't played Assassin's Creed 3, Ubisoft is giving it away for free on December 7th. Now, to get this for free, you will have to have a Uplay account. Moving on into the next story, EA related. Now, Battlefield 1, we all know it was a big success for EA. It sold well and was met with great reviews. But despite that, at the NASDAQ 35th Investor Program, EA Chief Financial Officer Blake Jorgensen said that a new Battlefield would not be arriving next year. Instead, Battlefront 2 will be their big shooter title for the fall. He further went on to say that they carefully listened to the complaints of consumers from the last game, and that the next Battlefront will be much more exciting and much bigger. He continued to say the sequel will have a greater amount of source material to draw upon than the original trilogy. So this could mean that in the new Battlefront, they may be pulling from some of the newer lore of, what is it? I don't know what episode Star Wars is on. I'm not sure. Just the new trilogy, the New Hope. No, I think that's the original one. Y'all know what I'm saying. The third, generation of Star Wars movies. The newest ones that came out, or the newest one that came out. We have another one coming out this month, but I believe that maybe it could pull from some of that lore and put it into the next Battlefront game. So we'll have to see, but either way, it's going to be bigger, supposed to be better. I mean, the regular buzzwords that we always hear for sequels. I just hope that it lives up to what they are saying. Now, moving on into the next story. Now, this is a little different. It is gaming related, but you know, it's always great to see gaming making an impact. Now, for me, you know, gaming has always been a comfort. It's been something that's been there for me when the chips have been down, and it's, you know, it's a culture that I love, and it's always changing and always tackling different things. Now, one of the newest studies that are being conducted by Mr. Max Ortiz Catalan of the Chambers University of Technology in Sweden. He's getting amputees who engaged in video games with a virtual on-screen arm. He's getting them to participate in this. And it's actually been reported that they've actually been getting relief from phantom pain as they've been playing some of these games with, you know, virtually using a virtual on-screen arm. Now, if you're not familiar with what phantom pain is, it's a common side effect for those who have lost a limb. Now, this study was done with 14 patients who found that when using their missing limb in a virtual reality scenario, they experienced near a 50% reduction in their pain duration, frequency, and intensity. Now, this technique is actually similar to a mirror therapy, but that technique hasn't always proven effective. But more research will have to be done to determine if the video game strategy is a viable alternative to the mirror therapy. You know, if you guys want to actually check this out, I actually put a video of it up in the Facebook group. If you go over to the Analog Circle, you can check it out over there and leave some comments and, you know, some of your thoughts. But, you know, this is the part in the side of gaming that I'm always interested in how gaming actually can affect someone on a real life level. You know, something that can be impactful to someone in real life that's going through different troubles or going through different hardships. You know, how gaming can actually change this. And I'm really happy to see, well, I did see it, saw the video, but also read and hear that this is helping people who have unfortunately lost limbs, maybe in battle or due to different sicknesses or illnesses, that, you know, this pain that you get, you know, from your missing limb being gone, actually being able to have a 50% reduction in pain due to actually being able to be hooked up and looking at a virtual arm and playing different games and exercising that limb, being able to take away the pain level. You know, that is so remarkable. And I'm so glad that, you know, gaming is one of those tools that are being used to help people, you know, to feel better and to get better. And, you know, we'll have to see, you know, how this works out fully. I mean, it was only 14 participants that were able to try this out, but they said that they, you know, like I said a million times now, 50% in reduction of pain is a gigantic number. So kudos to this university in Sweden that's doing this research, and I hope that they continue to find data and are able to find even more ways to help these you know, ladies and gentlemen, you know, be able to cope with the pain that they have, you know, from, you know, phantom pain. But moving on from that story, now, after a no-show at E3, I mean, good grief, many were questionable about its release, especially since we never got the beta Microsoft said we would. Well, according to studio art director Mr. Dave Johnson, Crackdown 3 will launch before or during holiday 2017. How cool is that? This game is coming to the forefront next year. It's real and it is happening. They're also saying that it's going to be on the Scorpio. It's going to be there. It's going to be ready. So I'm very excited about this. I'm glad to see that Crackdown is finally back in the fold and everything is going according to plan as far as we know. Maybe not, but at least we will be getting it holiday 2017. Now, this is the last story for this week. I figured that this was going to be a long podcast. No need to keep going with so many stories, but this is the last one. Now, GTA Online's next expansion will focus on stealing cars, according to Rockstar. Now, according to them, it will also take talent, coordination, and the tactical use of new special vehicles for CEOs and their organizations to successfully boost, modify, and resell the most desirable vehicles for top dollar. Now, this expansion will be released this month. So GTA 5 Online, another update, another mode. Goodness gracious, they just continue to feed this player base, just feeding them like Pac-Man. It's just dots everywhere. Just eat them till you blow up and you can't digest anymore. So here we go. That's it. That is all of the gaming news this week. The news outside of what I got, it was what it was, but that's all right. Because you know what? We're going to jump into it. Because my favorite part of the show, of course, which is the feedback section, I'm going to jump right into it because I know you guys are probably like, good grief, Keon. This was a long one. I apologize for it, but it was a lot to cover this week. So let's get into it. Y'all know who wrote in. Oh, matter of fact, whoa, wait a second. Daggone. Almost forgot. The winner of last week's contest was Mr. Michael Jakunski, who wrote in. This man would not be denied. He said, no way, I need this. And he actually got the right answer. The answer was, of course, it was a give me. It was Sonic the Hedgehog. And don't worry, you know, I felt so bad about that one because that seemed like it was such a real giveaway. But come to find out, the only person that entered was Mr. Michael Jakunski. Actually, Goose actually wrote in and he was saying, did I win? You know, he wrote in because he knew what the answer was. He knew it was Sonic. He said, is it Sonic the Hedgehog? Did I win? With a smiley face. So shout out to Goose for actually giving away the code, giving the game away. It was a copy of Dishonored, the definitive edition on Xbox One. So Goose, once again, thank you. And once again, congratulations to Mr. Michael for writing in and getting the right answer. It's all right. We're going to do it again, guys. We'll have another contest. Holidays are coming up. I'm hoping to get at least one of them done. At least one. You know, so we'll see what happens, man. But let's go ahead and let's get into Mr. Cody Clark. Y'all know this, man. Let's get into his email. Now, if you guys don't remember what my question was last week, I was simply asking, does VR have staying power? Now, this is how Mr. how Mr. Cody Clark responded. Now, the title of his email is called Virtual Weak Sauce. Let's jump in. He says, will VR last? As it is currently, no, I doubt it. I hope it does not last, at least not in this state. Maybe if we shrink it to a pair of pocket glasses and it is more AR than VR. I think for training in science and medical stuff, VR is a great tool. Training drivers, pilots, and security personnel remotely. Just like the Kinect. There are some great ideas in there. Lots of hobby hackers and educational institutions use the old 360 Kinect for image tracking and other great tools that will someday benefit society. I hope that this stuff will make its way from big expensive think tanks to local colleges and high schools and even elementary schools like those Lego engineer and robotics that are popping up nationwide. I remember being in like the 6th grade. We had to learn Q Basic, and we had this big hunking, fugly IBM compatible machine with green EGA monitors. Wow, that's a throwback. They were teaching us the future, but it didn't stick with most of us. That's what happens when you try to force change. I think VR is trying to force a new standard. You know, sort of like Sony and Blu-ray. Consoles are down. PC sales are down. Tablet sales are down. Even Apple supposedly hit peak phone saturation. Once we have a way around motion sickness and we can fit VR or whatever its contemporary is in the palm of our hand, it will likely be here to stay. Till then, it's just like another virtual boy. P.S. Hope you feel better. Enjoy your recovery week post-Turkey Day. Mr. Cody Clark, thank you so much for this email. I appreciate it. I always appreciate your thoughts. Always appreciate your input. I truly do. Jumping into your email, I tell you, I really agree with the points that you make about VR being good for training and, medical, training medical staff and, training drivers, pilots, and, security personnel. I think that it definitely has its space. It definitely has parts where it could shine and do very, very well in. But like you said, with this motion sickness, it being actually a kind of bulky, piece of technology to put on. I know people were upset about 3D glasses because they had to put on 3D glasses that are just like shades, and some people weren't feeling it. So I can only imagine how some people will take actually putting on a VR helmet, as opposed to just a pair of glasses. Like you said, if that happens, maybe then, maybe so. But I mean, I agree that the experiences, I know that VR is in its infancy again. Actually, can we really say that? I mean, realistically, can we say that VR is in its infancy? This is a technology that's been around since Lawnmower Man. We've been asking for this since Lawnmower Man, which was back out in like 93, 94, sometime around there. VR is not a new concept. I mean, for the first time, it's finally an affordable product for the average consumer to buy. I can't even say average because I don't know an average consumer that just has $800 to throw at a Vive, or even $500 or $400 to throw at a PlayStation VR. So I'm not even going to say the average consumer. I'll just say that VR has gotten to the point where it's affordable to, a mass market. But I do feel like the experiences need to be better. I can't 100% talk about VR. The only VR experience I had was with the PlayStation VR, and it was in the Shark Tank, and it was really cool. I thought it was great, but at the same time, it was a limiting demo. I mean, I was blown away by it, not taking anything away from it, but I think VR just needs a little bit more time to get those experiences where we can really be submerged into the worlds that are happening. Because right now, VR doesn't have the same graphical fidelity as far as I've seen on the PlayStation VR side. I haven't seen that graphical push to where, games look the way that they look on our TVs and monitors versus how it looks in the PlayStation VR. It's kind of a mirror effect, people are saying, so it makes it kind of like a disconnect from the world that you're in. So I think that it needs a little more time and it needs a little more polish. And, if it continues down this road, like Cody was saying, it might not last. I mean, just a case in point, the PlayStation VR has not sold the amount of units that PlayStation was hoping it would sell. I think they said they wanted to sell 2 million units, or they were projected to sell 2 million, and they sold a little over 700,000 copies. So they fell very, very short of their goal. And I mean, that could be several different reasons. One could be the price. The other could be it's not enough experiences there, enough original experiences, kind of like Cody was, alluding to. So I think that, it could have a place in the industry. I think right now it's just not hitting because those experiences aren't there, but maybe next year we'll get some better experiences and better things to show off VR. Nonetheless, I've rambled on, but Mr. Cody Clark, thank you so much again for the email that you sent, brother. I greatly appreciate it. Now, you guys, I'm going to leave off with this question in the final last section of this podcast. My question to you guys for next week's show is, should games be shorter? God dang, I just want to know. It's so many open world games out there. I understand that people want the choice. People want to have 150 different quests to go on just to have the options there. But geez, Christmas, I think I'm getting a little tired of these open world games and want to get a more linear experience that just concentrates strictly on the story. So do you guys think that we should get shorter games? Should games be shorter? Let me know your thoughts. Leave a voicemail for the show at 443-261-4607, or you can email the show with your answer at theanalogcirclepodcast@gmail.com. Guys, this is it. We have finally come to the end of the show, but that's okay because we will do it again next week. But until then, you guys take care. Be safe out there. Bye-bye.
Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive.